most of you, some and now none of you. Take me back.
Excuse me. Hello, gals, blokes, and all other folks. My name is Mortius. This is Casper Fox, and we are here with his cover of Lord Huron? Huron? How do you say that? It's your cover. Incredible start. The night we met. Now, if you can't tell by the fact that I didn't even know how to say it, I am not familiar with this artist or this song at all. This is going to be something that is completely new territory for me. Clearly, that is a surprise to Casper, so I might have to go check out the original after this. But I am very, very excited to check this out. I have loved everything that... I don't know whether I want to be like, I've loved everything you've done, or if I want to be like, I love everything Casper has done. I don't know whether to talk to the audience or talk to you, but either way, 2023 was a fantastic year for you. I loved all the things I checked out. I regret all the things I missed. And speaking of which, I haven't actually even said this to Casper yet, but before this video reaches YouTube, I am going to do just a non-analysis watch through of all the 2023 Casper songs I missed.
Yeah. Call me in the morning to apologize. Every little lie gives me butterflies. Something in the way you look into my eyes. Don't know if I'm gonna make it out alive. Fight so dirty, but your love so soft.
So that is going to be available to all patrons, even at the lowest, like $1 tier over at patreon.com/Mortius. I'm literally just going to sit down and do like a 40-minute video where I just poof, no analysis, just Casper marathon, because I keep putting aside his music. I keep putting aside all of those amazing covers. I'm like, one of these days I'm going to get to a reaction to them, and I'm just not. I have too many things. So I reached out to Casper. I was like, hey, of all the songs I didn't hit, what should I prioritize? His answer was this, so I'm doing this one as a reaction with Casper himself, and then all of these songs from 2023 that I did not get to cover will be available in a full watch through over on Patreon by the time this video reaches YouTube. So make sure you check that out. All of that to say, all of my lovely self-promotion aside, now it's time for Casper promotion. Casper, you want to talk to people about your Patreon and Project Acapellion? Is that how you say it? Pellion?
Acapellion, yeah. It's based on it's based on a Pokemon I like called Cobalion. So yeah.
I love that.
So well, Project Acapellion is essentially, well, I'm not gonna say because it's not really but it is our 2024 project for acapella, getting some more stuff out there. It's essentially a way for me to both be able to practice my group arrangements in kind of a live setting as well, but also just that I've been dying to do something long term with especially Tommy for such a long time. So both Tommy, Jennifer, and Manav and I are very, very excited to get started with the first one coming out later this month in January. It's going to be awesome.
Honestly, it didn't even occur to me until right now that you guys have enough proximity. I didn't even realize it would be live until you just said that.
Well, it's not going. It's mostly like that. I have, like, I didn't even tell Project Acapella about this, but I have a little like dream. Yeah, there you go. I have a little dream about that. After the year's over and Acapella becomes kind of a success, because the Acapella live scene in especially in London is very, very highly developed.
Wow.
So I'm hoping that potentially we could go out and sing a little bit. Could be
That's
cool.
Awesome. That's really sick. Well, cool. I really look forward to that. You said coming out at the end of January. Oh, I'm so hyped for that already. But that's not what we're here for right now. While I'm very excited for it, and you should make sure you go support Casper either free by subscribing and everything on his channel, or even supporting him on Patreon. While we're talking about subscribers, Casper doesn't know this either, but I have to say it. Marwin and I, just today, he sent me a DM saying that he was only like 500 subscribers behind me, and I was like, oh. So now Marwin and I are racing to 25K. So if you want to support this, Make sure you double check that I am subscribed, and go check that you are subscribed to Marwin, because Marwin's amazing as well. So make sure you're subscribed to me, make sure you're subscribed to Casper, make sure you're subscribed to Marwin, but subscribe to Marwin last so that I can still win. All of that to be said, I am so excited. I know that was so many various different things all at once in an intro. It's probably going to be way too long, but who cares? What is content if not just vibes? That's how I treat it. And all of that to say, I am so excited for Lord Huron, The Night We Met, our acapella cover by Casper Fox. Let's stop dawdling around and hop right on in to this cover. Here we go. These, like, just initially, that's like it's very, like, forwardy. I love the way that it, like, it almost gives me, like, there's a very specific, why am I struggling to think of the type of, like, instrument? But there's, like, a very specific, like, kind of instrument. It's a string instrument, but it's a very specific one. I feel like it's giving that same kind of tonality that's, like, really often creates, like, that dissonance, that tension. I think that's a really interesting way to start. I like that a lot. Will my left button still work? Great, it will not. Okay, I'm just gonna have to do manually. Decided to make my debut, and it's been amazing so far. Sorry, how do we do that? You
I am not.
need to stop. What? My man squeak. What note is that?
I am.
A6.
That's not allowed. That's not allowed. That should be forbidden. Why is my hair so sticky up?
There's a funny, like, so I almost didn't include this because I recorded this cover like a long time ago.
Oh, really?
Because I was getting ready for the end of the yeah. I like the last 3 covers of 2023 was all done like in the same time span. But this note specifically because I was gonna do an octave lower, but as I was singing like the first, like the do do do, and then when I came to that la 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 in the highway, so I tried it. And I did something so insanely unhealthy with my vocal because I don't sing up there ever.
Yeah.
Like, it was a dumb idea. And, you know, every vocal teacher would slap me and say, dumb, because I couldn't, like, I could barely speak for like a week. It felt like my tongue, I swallowed my own tongue, right? I hit the note pretty cleanly, right?
Yes.
But I also paid the price for it. So I was debating, should I keep it in there? It's like, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. But I don't think
You're like,
I'll ever
I
be able to
sacrificed
replicate
for this. I'm gonna put it in, but I'm also gonna make sure everybody knows it's a terrible idea and don't recreate
Yes,
it.
don't do that.
So valid. Well, I definitely think the inclusion was worthwhile because that's and the fact that not only, like, it's not just like a it's a like the fact that you already hit a wild note and then you go up. It's illegal. No, I keep trying to press my regular buttons and it doesn't work for this website. Okay.
I am not the only traveler.
Ooh, I love the length of the sort of echo reverb. Who did post? Is that all you or?
It's, no, video is me, but mixing and mastering is by a very, very talented guy called Midya. Which
okay.
It's a guy from Ukraine who is now in Portugal due to the war. And he is he's a mix and master artist, and I've really he did Ocean Eyes and Friends of the Other Side. So he's been really good with these like reverby kind of songs.
Both of which I'm so excited to check out when I do my watch through.
It's great. Yeah. So yeah, that's him. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. No, I love the extension of the way that, like, almost like even as you stop singing, it extends until you start singing again. Like there's not even a pause in the sound of vocals. That's cool.
Traveler. Who is
That's awesome. I like that a lot.
is dead.
Creates like a haunting
I've been
kind of. Yeah.
searching for a trail to
Oh!
follow again.
Oh, this is.
Take
Oh,
me back
hold on. That was too many things at once. The BVs came in. I wanted to focus on them, and then you hit me with the nostalgia of the first cover you did. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I need all of that again. Nope.
Fate is dead. I've been searching for a trail to follow again. Take me back to the night we met, and then I can't tell myself.
This is cool. This is really good. You said you did the video? I like that a
Yeah.
lot. I really, really like that. That's really, really sick. Oh, that's fantastic. I also really like, hold on, there was one specific thing.
And then
I like that. I like the like, doom, 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 that kind of happens there is really cool. But I also just love the way that like, I feel like a lot of the BVs are kind of moving around a lot more, but then you've got that one that's just like the, I don't think these are the right notes, kind of just like the doom, 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 just like kind of very slowly and sustained, kind of just climbing down like kind of like that is really cool, especially since it's the only one doing that. I don't know, I like that a lot.
tell myself what the hell I'm supposed to do, and then I can't tell myself,
Whoa, hold on, what was that? Hold on.
tell myself.
I love the layered vocals on Tell Myself. The way that those like almost the whole thing feels very like, I feel like dissonant has such a negative connotation, but it doesn't need to. It's done really well here. Like dissonance doesn't always have to be negative. It doesn't even have to always have release. It creates this just like tension in a really positive way. Is that first of all, is that a part of the original at all, or was that all Casper?
No,
Okay.
like the original doesn't have the higher harmonies as loud
Okay.
that makes as I did, and it's mostly because that I feel like that I didn't actually do that much reverb for my lead as there is in the original. The original has a lot of reverb in the lead vocals,
Okay.
and therefore there is already a lot of like lower end in the mix already. So I kind of enhanced the higher harmonies to get, as you say, to get that like to that like dissonance sound in a positive way to kind of balance the mix out so that it's not just all low end. So there's
Okay.
also some high end to balance it out. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's really cool. I like the way that happens a lot. I want to hear it one more time. I want to hear like the lead up to it.
To do, and then I can't tell myself.
And like it's really cool how the way that like there are two voices on that whole line and maybe even before it, but it's done in such a way where it's very subtle, so it almost, like you said, almost gives off the impression of just reverb. Like it almost just sounds like the same voice kind of existing, and then you go up and you like is it more of a harmony, or is it just where it happens to be hitting on the chord? I can't tell, but like when you get to that self, like it totally adds a little bit more crunch to it, but in a really good way. I like it a lot. I feel like I'm hyper fixating on a single word, but it's really cool. I like it a lot.
And then I can't tell myself not to ride along with you.
Ooh.
I had all and then most of you, some and now none of you.
Yes.
Take me back.
Hold on. Oh, that was really good. Hold on. I need that one more time.
With you. I had all and then most of you, some and now none of you.
That's so cool. And like it comes in when you don't expect it. Like I feel like the natural like coming point was like just a little bit after that, almost like where it feels like it's gonna happen, then it hits you and you're like, whoa, like that. It comes in at an unexpected time, which adds to that like return so much. That's cool. I like that part a lot. I mean, I'm sure everyone would know that I would like that part a lot. It's the dropout that I like so much. But yeah, no, that was really good. I like the way that it kind of coasts out with those sort of echoes there. And of course, feel free to hop in with anything you want to share about any of the things I'm talking about. But
I was gonna say that especially like it's not as dominant in this course, but for the bass, I used a pretty interesting technique because as you might hear in a lot of points, I kind of try to go for like a cello sound, and as you've already mentioned, like a lot of these background vocals actually sound like string instruments.
Yeah,
exactly
I definitely noticed that.
Yeah, and I do that by adding like like a little bit of a nasally sound to it, which creates this like string-like sound, and you'll hear it very dominantly in especially the final chorus with the bass. You'll hear that I sound kind of like a cello. Like,
see, and I almost said that, but like I've noticed something weird. I don't know if it's like a new like way of looking at the terminology for like a new generation of musicians or whatever, but I feel like nasal has more of a negative connotation than it used to, because I've noticed it. That's why earlier I used the term forward when I was describing it. I was like, it's very like forward, but it's not like nasal. But I didn't say nasal because I've noticed, and it's really interesting because when I was learning, nasal is just a tonality. Like that was just a type of way to sing. But anytime I used to say nasal in my videos, I would always get comments like, it's not nasal, it's just forward. And I'm like, when did nasal start becoming a bad thing? Stop yelling at me. But no, that is what I meant when I said forward earlier. So it's cool that like what you were trying to accomplish was so forward and was able to be kind of picked up on in that way. Because I absolutely got the street, even though I still can't think of what the specific one that has that really like almost like metallic tone to it. I'm losing my mind, but there was one specific one at the beginning that reminded me of some specific sound. But all that to say, it all sounds like strings, and I think you did a great job.
Thank you.
I had all and then most of you, some and now none of you. Take me back to the night we met. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, haunted by the ghost of you. Oh, take me back to the night we met.
And I love the way these. This is almost going to sound like a backhanded compliment, but I really do mean it completely. I love the way your vocal percussion sounds less instrumenty, because like we live in an era of inhuman people like Lane and the Rups and everything like that, where they can just actually have a drum kit in their mouth. You know what I mean? But I actually almost, instead of like, because sometimes someone like one of them can make a sound that actually sounds like a cymbal, and you're just like, what? But I love the sort of energy. It almost feels more human in a way, which I feel like is really important for this song. Having those moments where you're like going, it's still doing for the song what a cymbal would, but it doesn't sound like you're like, did they use an instrument there? Like it sounds very human. It sounds very real. It sounds like it's just a person. And I really like that. It's kind of almost like a breath of fresh air in the world where so much vocal percussion just sounds like the percussion because of how talented people are. I love the way those backgrounds kind of have that like dum dum dums you're doing, but also it's like psh, like really adds a lot. And I love the way that it really leans into just the shh of the human mouth. Like it's really cool.
Haunted by the ghost of you. Oh, take me back to the night we met, when the night was full of terror.
I gotta be honest, I think that one was my favorite so far. I know I'm totally changing the subject from this one, but just as I saw it, I think My Songs No was probably my favorite of the ones I checked out so far.
It's definitely up there for me as
Oh
well.
yeah,
but,
it's a really
yeah,
it's a really good one.
yeah, the bass in that one is just
It's
crazy.
definitely.
like
I have to think like I'd have to decide musically if it's like actually my favorite if I really thought about it, but it's definitely the one that I've rewatched the most. Like as far as like when I'm just like I want to go listen to that one again. Like it's definitely the one that's the most like from that.
yeah.
I don't even know how many times I listened to it, but it's probably been a few.
I'm gonna say here
Oh.
when that came on, actually you can actually hear if you go back, you can listen to the kind of cello sound I'm trying to achieve, where I start using these nasally, like both in chest, but also I use nasally subharmonics, which I've noticed is if literally if you sing subharmonics out of your nose, it sounds kind of like a cello, like just straight up. Yeah, like it literally just it just sounds like a cello with the vibration on it.
Interesting. That's why.
Yeah.
Like how. That's wild to me that that happens and that you discovered that and that you can just do it. All three of those are wild to me. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing.
I had a fantastic teacher. Tomi taught me subharmonics.
Oh,
like in
I don't actually think I did.
2021, yeah.
Doesn't surprise me if you had made me put money on who taught you. I probably would have guessed correctly, and that's never actually occurred to me. That's really cool to know. All right.
Was full of terror, and your eyes
Oh,
filled
okay. Hold on.
terror, and your eyes were filled with tears.
And I totally can, now that you say it, I can absolutely hear the almost subharmonic like quality to it. It's got some of that
Yeah.
like sound that we've grown to learn like comes with subharmonics, but I don't think I would have really noticed that if you hadn't pointed it out because it still sounds so different from a normal subharmonic. That's crazy. I want one more time and then we'll keep it going.
Were filled with tears when you had not touched me yet.
And those high falsetto oohs.
Take me back to the night we met. I had all and then most of you, some and now none of you. Take me back.
Excuse me. First of all, and second of all, how dare you? I don't have a third of all because that's all I'm feeling right now. How dare you? What? I knew that.
We met. I had all and then most of you, some and now none of you.
Wild.
I can feel myself getting kicked out of the tenor table at lunch.
You are. You're not. You can't sit with us anymore. Oh my gosh. On Wednesdays, we wear anything above the second octave, you madman. This is unreal.
I had all and then most of you, some and now none of you.
That also just in addition to being like a wild range, and technically that just, however that's happening, that just tickles my brain in just the right way. Like, oh my goodness, that is such a cool moment. Okay, I'm gonna keep it going. Probably, maybe.
Yeah, it's one of those rare times because I have this like weird talent that I'm weirdly good at high subharmonics. Like super. So
Interesting.
here I do that entire line in subharmonic, like I had all and then most
I was
of
wondering
you,
about
some and
that.
now. So yeah, it's like it's I don't know why high subharmonics are like that, like something that I'm like really good at because they're so useless.
I was
Like,
gonna-
can't
I
use
mean,
them.
fair, but probably because you are, as much as I hate to acknowledge it, a natural tenor who has learned subharmonics. So it makes sense that even your subharmonic range would sit higher than most people who would use subharmonics. Like that makes sense to me, but it's still really interesting.
Take me back to the night we met. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, haunted by the ghost of you.
Oh, that
Take
bit.
me back.
Ah! Hey, go! Hold on!
The
Hey,
night
go!
we met.
Hold on.
Supposed to do, haunted by the ghost of you. Oh, take me back
I
to
need to know How much of that is very well done post mixing, and how much of that is you actually crescendoing that foghorn?
That is again, these are subharmonics moving down the octave, and especially if I record these in the morning, I have a very, very easy time placing them. So that is mostly just me doing the crescendo, yeah, because I have such, like, especially when it comes between like between C1 and A1, especially when I wake up, I just have this weirdly crazy good placement for it, and it helps, like, doing it out the side of my mouth. So I was essentially sitting like do, and then do, and then I just went out the side of my mouth, and then kind of just like that little slit in your mouth that's open when you do like this, like when you talk like this. The more that I kind of seem to like go like open it or close it, the easier it is for me to control like volume. You know, like it. Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Still, that's crazy, because like I was already like hearing that note in the background. And I was like, whoa. And then it just kept getting more prevalent. And I was like, what's happened? How are you crescendoing a foghorn? Stop it.
It's all about how he plays it. So when I do my subharmonics, if you listen, I say dia. That's like the vowel I go for when I do it. Like, because if you start on D, that A, like that yeah, easily becomes like, you know, louder.
Okay, that makes sense. I also love how you just said the vowel is dia. That's my favorite vowel. Dia.
Yeah, the noise, the sound. Yeah, I don't know.
A-E-I-O-U and sometimes dia.
Yeah. English is my second language.
No, you're so fine. I'm not bullying you, I promise. Don't cancel me, internet.
Supposed to do, haunted by the ghost of you. Oh, take me back to the night we met.
Oh, and that's so good. Oh, I love it. Oh, fun. Oh, great. I did. Oh. This is so sweet. This is really nice. No. Okay, Whistle Man. Oh, that was it. Okay, that was really sweet. Oh, and isn't that the Acapellian logo?
That is, yeah.
That's sick. Oh, what a sweet way to end that. I am a huge fan. That was really, really nice. I didn't miss anything, right? Nothing fancy at the end? Okay, just making sure. I always do that. I always like, there's the fade out, and then I pause, and people are like, you missed the super important him at the beginning. How will you appreciate the video without seeing Jeff dramatically walk away from a train? Definitely not calling out any specific comments I've received. All of that to be said, that was awesome. That was really cool. I loved the little bits and pieces that we got of all of your different covers. I loved all of those different techniques. I loved the way you walked me through them. I appreciate that a lot. That was sick. Is there anything specific you want to?
I want to say that I know I am not the most profitable artist to react to. So I am very, very grateful for the reactions you did this year, because I know they don't pull in, you know, because you could essentially pull up 50 videos of Dimash or BTS or something like that and just push those out. So I do appreciate that you took the time to react to a bunch of my videos this year.
Of course, man. No, I am still a small artist myself. I absolutely want to lift up smaller and growing artists however I can. And I genuinely, like, I've said it in videos you aren't here, so I hope you believe me, but I genuinely think that you are extraordinarily talented. I think you definitely have a natural gift for this. And as someone who has tried, then failed, then tried, then failed, then tried, and am maybe, hopefully, probably succeeding to get my own acapella cover off the ground, I know that it's extremely difficult. And the fact that you are able to do a video like you debuted real strong with 1985, even if it's not your most popular because it's just an obscure Bo Burnham one, you know, like you debuted, in my opinion, at least musically, extremely strongly with 1985, and then stuck with one a month since then is wild and is absolutely something worth mentioning. and worth being appreciated for. So I am very glad I was able to check out the ones that I was able to. I will definitely shoot you a link to the watch along to all the rest of the videos when I end up getting a chance to do that, probably tomorrow, honestly. But yeah, no, I appreciate you saying that, and it was genuinely my pleasure.
I appreciate it, man. That's
So-
a cool background. You look cool as a cucumber, man.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So honestly, like I pulled it up and it honestly got me like weirdly like nostalgic because I grew up in like a really snowy place and I grew up like going up to a mountain pass with my dad all the time. So like I looked at like your thumbnail and saw just like the snowy background. I was like, let me just pull up a snowy. And I clicked and I'm like, not that one. That was not that great. That was not that great. And then I clicked on this one and like I genuinely felt like thrown back to like when I was a kid. And, like I like got kind of like emotional for a moment. I was like, all right, that's got to be the background. That's a complete tangent aside, but thank you all so much for being here for this reaction with Casper. Thank you to Casper for being here. Thank you to, I have no idea where Mason's gonna put them because normally it would be where you are, but thank you to my patrons, wherever they end up on this screen, for making videos like this possible. Yeah, probably around there somewhere. Like Casper said, I like to check out artists who might not be as profitable, and I wouldn't, this is a second job for me. I would not be able to take risks like Casper and Manav and other people on my channel if not for you. You literally, I know every time I say thank you for making videos like this possible, but like when I'm covering Jep, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I'm actually just thanking you for being here and supporting. In a video like this, when I say thank you for making a video like this possible, I mean it as literally as I possibly can, because I probably wouldn't be able to appreciate and cover and uplift small creators like I could if I didn't have the regular financial support that I get from all of you lovely people. So genuinely, thank you so much. Make sure you check out Casper's Patreon. While you're there, check out mine, you know, just for fun. And like I said, as low as $1 a month, you're gonna get the reactions, or at least the watch through to every other Casper cover from last year to prep ourselves for getting into Acapella. So all of that to say, I look forward to seeing what you bring us next. Thank you all for being here. And as always, gals, blokes, and all other folks, I will see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye.